At Shed 11, we produce digital photography, videography, graphics and web design. Other core components of our business is educational programs, workshops and youth projects focusing on visual communication. There have been enormous changes in how we take, produce and distribute images today, as photography has evolved into a less technical and more narrative form which just about everyone uses. The majority of the changes have taken place in only the last 5 or 6 years with the advent of smartphones, iPads and social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Flickr, Tumblr, to name a few. It is estimated that 300 million images are uploaded to Facebook every day. I mean, that is a lot of imagery. Seeing this, we recognise the need to expand our knowledge and understanding of the world of the visual image and the impact that has upon us, particularly now in our highly image-driven society. So we created an education program in image literacy called Constructive Image Development. CID explores how images affect us, promote us in both positive lights, which in turn assist in recognising when they can be detrimental and negative, and of course the lasting effects they can have on us. So CID program is an interactive program specifically designed to help youth integrate and enhance their use of the visual imagery in a more constructive, narrative manner.
So what I was hoping to achieve with the workshops that we did with Shed 11 was for the students to increase their visual literacy skills. Certainly in the media today and in their life today, they're confronted with so much media and certainly a lot of visual images, and I think it's really important for them to learn skills so that they can use, I guess, imaging and photography for positive uses, for communication purposes, to convey a message, to express their ideas, and just as another medium for them to communicate to the world at large, and just to affirm that they are in a society that is visually driven and that they can contribute and do their bit in, I guess, accessing that in positive ways.
It's incredible, it's really interesting, it's such a change. And I can finally take pictures that aren't just based on me, so I can take pictures that are based on other people.
We took loads of cool photos and tried to tell awesome stories with them and stuff. It was good. My favourite part of the whole exercise was when at the end, once we've done all the planning, done the all shot and look at them and we've edited them all and looking at them how cool they looked and how they told the story.
We're on the coalface, so to speak, of the image world. We were down there, and so we're getting the school groups into the studio, going to see them, working with images, taking images, exploring narratives and discussing it afterwards and saying, why does this image have an effect on us?
What I wanted to do through working with professionals and people who are experts in the field is give the students opportunities to be able to direct their energies and their creative ideas in meaningful and authentic ways.
The program is broken into 3 parts. Part 1, we start the program with a group by selecting key topics. We then have the students storyboard their thoughts and ideas on how best to approach the subject matter. Once this is done, the students either come to the studio or we take a mobile studio to the school. In part 2, this is the live studio phase, where we then guide, assist each student how best to achieve their chosen brief. Follow that in part 3, where we work with each student in the post-production stage, and the final stage is where we can then all discuss the images, how they affect us, what we're seeing and everything about them.
I think they learnt that in order for images to have impact, they really need to think carefully about the planning, the storyboarding, the types of props, the types of backgrounds, the conditions they're going to need, and they certainly went on a journey of being able to be flexible and modify and integrate a range of different components into their photography project.
The overall outcomes allowed the students to see how, with some thought and consideration, they can produce strong positive images that allowed them to share their own individual stories and thoughts through visual imagery. The evolution of the world of visual image is well and truly entrenched in our culture today, and like most things, will have positives and negatives. However, by embracing these changes with constructive education programs, we can empower the next generation to utilise and to optimise use of visual imagery to better promote themselves, their families and their communities.